Good morning, guys. Today is my first day home after my weekend, and I am ready to get back on track with my eating. I didn't eat too terrible while I was gone, but I definitely didn't eat for weight loss like I told you guys about in my last Wellness Wednesday. And I'll talk more about how I ate and how I felt and stuff in my next Wellness Wednesday. But just real quick, my digestion was really off over the weekend, and there's a few reasons that might have happened. But anyways, I am very motivated to get back on my healthy eating plan with lots of veggies and lots of, healthy meats and stuff, and cutting the carbs a little bit for a little while, just because, my tummy did not like whatever was going on. So anyways, I thought I would go ahead and do a what I eat in a day video. Just because that helps me stay super accountable, and thought it'd be fun to show you getting back on track after a special weekend. I haven't weighed or anything. I guess I'll talk about that more on my Wellness Wednesday, but I don't think I've gained, but I definitely haven't lost weight. So anyways, first thing this morning is my coffee with collagen and cream, and just 1 tablespoon of cream, collagen, same as ever, same as always. I'm back to my routine. It is like 6 a.m. right now, and I am doing my walking in the kitchen like usual, getting caught up on everybody's vlogs, watching videos on my phone while I'm walking. So it feels good to be back into my routine, and I'll be back when it's time for breakfast. I'm ready for breakfast now. It's about 7:30, and I'm just going to have some leftover shredded turkey. It's kind of got taco seasoning on it, just a few black beans and some pico de gallo, and that sounds really good right now. It's not exactly breakfast food. I could throw an egg on top, but I don't really feel like cooking right now. So I'm just going to eat this, and it will be delicious. And this meat is very low fat, so I'm probably not going to use enough beans to make it a full E meal. It'll probably still qualify as a fuel pull, but somewhere between a fuel pull and an E. So that is my breakfast. Here it is all put together. I used about 1/4 cup of beans. So if I'm remembering correctly, I think on the THM plan, that still qualifies as a fuel pull, but doesn't matter. Either way, it's going to be delicious. And I did want to mention that these acronyms that I'm using are from the THM diet. And if you're not on that they probably don't make a lot of sense. But basically, this meal is both low fat and low in carbs. And that would be considered a fuel pull on THM. I also added a serving of glucomannan pudding. This is also a fuel pull dessert. I had made a big batch a few days ago, so I just grabbed that. It's great for at the end of the meal. It just makes me feel really full and satisfied. So that is my breakfast. We're at New Seasons, and I just had a coffee sample with a little bit of half and half. And we're just at Trader Joe's, and I also had a coffee sample there with a little half and half. I usually have a second cup of coffee at some point during the day, and those 2 little samples are my second cup for the day. We're back from running our errands and our library trip, and I'm actually really hungry. It's a little after 12 right now, and I need to get the kids their lunch and cook my lunch, so I grabbed a Zevia, and I'm going to sip on this, and that really, really helps me to make it through and not make any bad choices and pop anything into my mouth that I shouldn't or that I don't want to. So I'm going to be sipping on that and working on making lunch for everybody. Here's lunch. I just did cabbage and kale and onions with some pork sirloin meat, just all stir fried up with a few spices. And I used less than a teaspoon of oil to cook. So it is a fuel pull on THM. So it is both low fat and low carb. And whenever I do a meal like this, I like to add a serving of glucomannan pudding at the end, just because it makes it so much more satisfying and keeps me full for longer. So that's what I'm having for lunch, and I still have some of my Zevia left to finish up, and that's lunch. Here is my last meal of the day, and actually it is almost the same as my breakfast, because I am just taking a lazy day off of cooking today, at least for the most part. I can never fully be off of cooking with having 4 kids and a husband. But anyways, so it's the same turkey with taco seasoning and black beans and pico de gallo. And then I added roasted sweet potatoes in here. And I try to have a carb
at the end of the day on my low fat days. I sometimes will have some carbs for lunch, but I definitely try to have them at dinner time. And that's something that I learned from the adrenal reset diet. He talks about how having carbs, adding carbs in slowly throughout the day can help your cortisol rhythm. And my cortisol rhythm has been off since I was gone over the weekend and I didn't sleep well the first night. So I'm doing that just to kind of help reset my adrenals. So I had low carb at breakfast and low carb at lunch, and then I'm having a little bit of carbs with dinner, and that should help. So this is my last meal of the day. I'm going to be done eating after this. It's possible that I'll want a little something after this, but if I do, it'll probably just be one little square of dark chocolate or something like that. I'll make another Good Girl moonshine to sip on, and besides that, I am done with food for the day.
So that is my low-fat day. It feels really good to be back home and back to my healthy eating. I was really happy that I did not have a lot of hunger today. Had very little hunger at all, and that's encouraging because sometimes when you go off and eat more treats than normal, it can mess with your blood sugar and you can have really bad hunger and cravings after that. But I think the fact that I have not been having a lot of hunger is a good sign that my body handled the little bit of indulgence that I had over the weekend and is in a good place and is just ready to get back on track. So I'm encouraged about that. I'm feeling good. Just looking forward to continuing on. Tomorrow is probably going to be a low carb day, a higher fat day. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow, and I got some steaks at the store. They had a really good sale on New York strip steaks, so I got a couple of those for my husband and me. And since those are definitely high fat, I'm just going to go ahead and make the whole day a high fat day and cook those up, and that'll be really good. I'll probably make some roasted cauliflower or something with it, and that will be delicious. So I'm looking forward to that. And thanks for coming along on my low fat day today. Hope you guys are all doing good, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye, guys.